Now you can search for new episodes by subject matter at londonreal.tv. Brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform we use at London Real. You know, you've been talking a lot lately about commodities and agriculture, something that you're very bullish on. My grandfather was a farmer in Colorado and Arizona. He grew barley for Coors Brewing Company, funny enough, and grew potatoes as well. And he was one of those guys that you mentioned where early on in the U.S., they would just give you land if you went west.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they needed people just to go. And it was the Wild West, you know.
Well, they wanted people first to come to America.
Right.
And then they wanted them to go west.
Right.
And they gave a lot away.
And why is that a sector that you see a lot of growth and you're bullish on? I mean, you're talking about farmers driving Lamborghinis. You know, I'm an ex-banker myself, and I would have never expected to see the flip side of that. So what do you mean by that when you say that?
Well, first of all, agriculture has been a terrible business for 30 years. It's been so bad that the world is now consumed more than it's produced for the last decade. And when you consume more than you produce, it's got to come from inventory. We built up big inventories over those 30 years, but now the inventories worldwide are near historic lows. So we're running out of food. Worse than that, we're running out of farmers. But the average age of farmers in America is 58.
That old?
In Japan, it's 66. In Canada, it's the oldest in recorded history. Australia, it's 58. The highest rate of suicide in the UK is in agriculture. You know, lots of Indian farmers have committed suicide in the past. It's a terrible business.
The pay is near poverty level as well,
For
right?
many reasons, it's been a terrible business.
Okay.
At the same time, we don't have any new people. Young people are not becoming farmers. You know, more people in America study public relations than study agriculture. I mean, we got the old people dying and getting out of the business. No young people coming in. What more do you need to know? Unless the price of agricultural goods and profits in agriculture go much higher, there's not going to be any food at any price. Somebody has to go into the fields. Even when the fields are automated, somebody's got to do it. And if everybody's dead and everybody's studying public relations, where's the food going to come from?
And will this be dominated by companies like Cargill and those huge conglomerates that they kind of run the food business? I think last time that I saw a documentary about buying like bacon in the U.S. that it's all supplied by basically 3 companies that do the majority of that.
Well, there are certainly going to be big companies and successful companies, but the U.S. is not the only producer of food in the world. It may astonish some people to know that. There are vast numbers of farmers in agricultural areas around the world. Some companies will get bigger and more successful, but also there's plenty of opportunity for entrepreneurs and people starting out.
We take real pride in our websites and who we work with on the show, and those are the guys at Squarespace. They've been running our website londonreal.tv and our siliconreal.com for over a year now, and they are an all-in-one platform to make it fast and easy to build your own professional website or portfolio. These guys have the tech down. It's drag and drop. It is easy. I used to run a WordPress site, and I used to have to FTP audio files and all this nonsense. And now when you see these blogs that I write every week where I talk to you about my personal impressions of the guests, I literally just bust those out, drop the picture in, boom, and it's done.